Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Malik Khalid alias Captain Soil. I live in Casablanca in Morocco. I am a volunteer with Isha Yoga Center in India to support the safe soil movement because some scientists are saying that today desertification is growing in the world at an alarming speed. Every 5 seconds, the surface area of a soccer pitch on agricultural land becomes sand. At this pace, we only have 40 to 50 years left of agricultural soils. Then there will be a global food crisis. To mitigate this issue, Sadhguru launched the Safe Soil movement and made policies that need to be signed and adopted by all countries of the world. These policies call for a minimum of 3 to 6% of organic matter in the soil to ensure people's good health. I do challenges to support this movement and raise people's awareness about this topic. I've started recently a new challenge which consists of running every day for 365 days at 6 a.m. and today is the 29th day. So, are you ready guys? Let's get started. Save soil, let's make it happen. You can't even imagine what Safe Soil movement can solve, the problems that it can solve. If I tell you, you will not believe it. Right now, we are facing 6 global issues, and these global issues will get worse over time. The first one is food crisis. The second one is water scarcity. The third one is loss of biodiversity. The fourth one is climate change. The fifth one is loss of livelihood. And so the sixth one is conflicts and migrations. We'll see them in details. About food crisis. In 20 years, the food production will drop by 40% for a population of 9.3 billion people. There will be more people and less food. This doesn't sound good already, and it will definitely not look good. And we all remember during the coronavirus, which is a man-made virus, that's another story. During the coronavirus, 2 ladies fighting, arguing with each other in the supermarket for toilet paper because there was shortages in toilet paper and in products. This was just a small hint of what the future could look like if we remain unconscious people. And right now, 2 billion people in the world suffer already from nutritional deficiencies, which leads to multitude of diseases. The second global issue is water scarcity. Depleted soils cannot absorb and regulate water flows, which leads to water scarcity, droughts, and floods. Organic matter can hold up to 90% of its weight in water and release it slowly over time. This is a big help in drought-prone areas. The third global issue is the loss of biodiversity. If you like numbers, there are some numbers here, sorry. during the last 30 years, 80% of the biomass insects living in the soil has gone. This is a record. When it comes to destruction, we're fast, we're good at it. We can destroy something that took millions or billions of years. Millions of years. We can blow it up just in few seconds, few moments. This is the case of the biomass insects. So much insects and life forms are destroyed every year. Scientists say that 27,000 species of life forms, different forms of life forms living in the soil, are going extinct every year. This is a genocide. We're talking about billions of life forms. It is said that 1 spoon of topsoil contains more humans on Earth. 1 spoon. These biomass insects living in the soil are not there just for decoration. They have an important role to play, and their role to play in this life is more important than human. If all humans disappear from tomorrow, everything here will just prosper. There will be more trees, more animals, more birds, more life forms, biomass insects, more of everything. But if the earthworms go extinct in 6 years, all life forms on this planet will disappear. So you can see that earthworms are better than us. This selfishness. No wonder why the spiritual teaching are talking about killing the ego. And now instead of killing the ego, we're killing each other. If there is something to be killed, it's our egos. Kill the enmity, kill the unconsciousness, the lack of awareness. Because the lack of awareness, the lack of knowledge, the necessary knowledge, the lack of wisdom is what's causing us so much trouble. These biomass insects living in the soil are actually responsible for the vitamins and nutrients present in our food. Depleted soils means depleted fruits and vegetables. Depleted fruits and vegetables means depleted human beings. This is why our children fall sick very often. It's because their immune system is weaker than ours. And now we are producing generations of people who are weaker and weaker. And we are going against the evolution. Our children must be better than us. Now we are better than them. In every way, physically and mentally. This is because of the attack on soil. Yes, it's an attack because there is something called the spiritual warfare. You may have seen it in animes, in jokes, but very often the truth is hidden in these jokes. The war between good and evil, between God and Satan. This war is with people, is made by people, because we are in the physical realm. You cannot see God. God in this is in the spiritual realm. You cannot see Satan, but you can see their people, their representatives. When God wants to bless you, He sends people to you. When Satan wants to attack you, he sends people to you. It's like a team, two teams playing something. You need to be aware of these things, and you need to choose on which team you want to play. The fourth global issue is climate change. Carbon dioxide stored in soil is 3 times that stored in the living plants and 2 times that stored in the atmosphere. And if soil keeps being depleted, if it's not regenerated, it could liberate 850 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and making the climate change issue bigger and more dangerous than it is right now. So it's not that carbon dioxide is bad, it's about where it is. If it's in the air, it's bad. If it's in the atmosphere, it's bad. But if it is in the soil, it's good. So soil is very crucial for carbon sequestration. If it is in the soil, it is a good fertilizer. The fifth global issue is the loss of livelihood. 74%, globally 74% of the poor are directly affected by desertification. Thousands of farmers in the world are committing suicide because of desertification. It is estimated that soil extinction is costing the world up to $10.6 trillion every year. This is why I said in the beginning that if you knew what saves soil movement, a simple act of adding trees to an agricultural land, because most farmers are doing farming the wrong way. They're just plowing the earth and taking the biomass insects are in the bottom of the soil. They're hiding. When they plow the land, these biomass insects are exposed to the sun rays, and sun rays burns them to death. So the solution is something called agroforestry, or plant tree base, which means that in the agricultural land, the farmers plant trees and bushes to keep the biomass insects in shade, hidden from the sun rays. By being under the shade, their numbers grow and they proliferate. This is good for them. the more biomass insects are in the soil, the richer the food is with vitamins and nutrients. When the food is rich, the human health is immensely enhanced. And implementing the safe soil policies in the whole world will not reach such a big number, such as $10.6 trillion. We can make a theory. We can say that there are hidden forces that are taking us somewhere. If there is a simple solution and we're not taking it, this means that what I said earlier, that there are two teams, team of goodness and team of evil, that it is true. So the team of evil people, team of Satan, the satanic team, is pushing humanity towards the slaughterhouse and trying to implement the new world order by creating viruses such as coronavirus, which was created in a laboratory. It's a man-made virus destined to kill people. And here comes the solution, their solution, the vaccine, which has another destructive purpose, which is to keep your DNA dormant. You must know these things. There are hidden societies, and members of these hidden societies are highly placed in the society. They're everywhere, in every country, taking the position of leadership, whether in countries or in businesses. And they have agendas for us. They have plans for us. A plan to make us suffer. The devil wants to create hell on this planet. If you ask me to describe to you hell, I would say in hell there are 6 global issues. We have food crisis, water scarcity, loss of biodiversity, climate change, loss of livelihood, and conflicts and migrations. And this is exactly what we have today. So this world is hell. This is why you see wars. You must be aware of these things. You must know that you were born in a war zone. There is a war against you since you were a kid. A war to program you to be negative, to have a destructive life, to experience the worst experiences of life possible. This is what the devil wants for you. He doesn't want you to prosper, to live happily, to have a good life. He wants you to suffer the most before you die. They will not give you that just like that. It's better to keep you alive. So the modern slavery system is good. This kills you slowly, because once you're dead, the game is over. There's no fun anymore. But when you are half alive, half dead, suffering every day, now there is fun. The scientists, the negative scientists of this matrix have described the dormant part of the DNA. They called it the junk DNA. It represents more than 90% in most people. Our DNA is not activated the same for everyone. This is why you have Sorry. This is why we have differences of levels of consciousness. Not everyone is at the same consciousness. We don't have the same frequency, which means that we don't see the same things in the world. Our perception is different according to our level of consciousness, and consciousness is pure intelligence. There has been studies showing that the land on which we walk upon impacts our level of consciousness. Most people in cities think that they're civilized, that they're better than people living in villages, that those who are walking barefoot on the ground or people who are living in the jungle. It is actually the contrary. Studies, scientific studies are showing that these people that we call savages, these are better people than us. They don't call soil dirt as we do here in the cities. They call soil mother. They respect the soil. They respect the animals and nature. They know that killing them is killing ourselves. We don't have this kind of awareness, such a level of awareness here in the cities. This is why we suffer the most. You can see people in villages, in the jungle, they're peaceful, they're more happy than people living in the cities, and they're more healthy. The sixth global issue is conflicts and migrations. Land issues have played an important role in 90% of major wars and conflicts in Africa since 1990. Population growth combined with food and water scarcity could cause over 1 billion people to migrate to other regions and countries by 2050. This is an unplanned migration, and there will be chaos and a lot of suffering, and the most that will be exploited the most are women and children in such things. Most people don't see because their pineal gland is so calcified with chemicals present in our food, especially tap water. From the French Revolution to the Arab Spring, high food prices have been cited as a factor behind global mass protests. There has been a war against us since childhood. A war about controlling us. This is all about control. When you have narcissistic people in the position of leaderships, they will try to control you. They will try to control everything about you. The narcissist craves two things: control and attention. So school was listening to programmers to build us in a certain way. First, the long hours of sitting. This is to kill our aliveness, and children knows this. The children know that school is bad because it keeps them from playing. It obliges them to stay still and remain silent. This is not healthy for a child. And long hours of sitting, what this does to our body, to our physiology, especially the spine, it misaligns the spine. Our spine is now misaligned. We are crooked like this. We are not straight. The spine is no more straight. The back is bent. When you have such a posture, the capacity of the land is reduced. This is made on purpose to reduce the capacity of the lungs when you breathe, to reduce your quantity of oxygen that you consume. Actually, the pranic energy is the first food for the body, which is oxygen. I am so tired today. So now the quantity of oxygen that we breathe is lesser than it should be, how normal it should be. Then there is pollution of the air, which is another attack by these cars and vehicles and gas emissions on the air. This increases the level of toxic gases in the air, and it lowers the quantity of oxygen. Now we are breathing. Now they have reduced the quality and the quantity of our consumption of oxygen. Then there is food, the problem of food, by soil depletion, by killing the biomass insects living in the soil. The quality of the food drops down, and the level of vitamins and nutrients drops down. When this happens, the human health drops down. So you can see that there is a push towards humanity to be low. Why? Why is this? It's because you must see the other side, which is for these so-called elites, part of the hidden societies, these elites of cowards, because you can't find more coward people than them elsewhere. You can only find these cowards, the most cowards in the hidden societies, hiding there because they don't have the necessary courage and power and strength to play fair play. So they're hiding. Their only chance to win is by hiding, because they're weak and cowards. So now these people, they have programmed us because they have knowledge that we don't have. They know that knowledge is power. They have some information that we don't have. But this is no more the case because there is internet. If you make good use of internet, you can catch up with them and take back the steering wheel of your life. Now, I was talking about the three big industries. The three big industries in the world are: first one is armaments, weaponry. The second one is alcohol and cigarettes. The third one is the big pharma, the industry of medicines. So these big industries are big shops when you have a shop, when you have a business, what do you need? You need customers. Who are the customers of these big industries? It's us, the masses. So now all hits are permitted. If there is no law because they consider themselves as law, they're above the law. This is what they think. So they influence our character as consumers, as customers, to keep building up their businesses. This shows how unconscious humanity is. Once we become conscious, these three industries will be destroyed completely. We don't need them. Now, the top scientific researchers, the first scientific researchers goes directly to the military. This has to change. Now scientists are working, top scientists, top scientific researchers are seeking how to kill people, how to destroy people's lives, how to kill by masses. This has to change. Top scientific researchers must go to education, to healthcare, to enhance people's lives, and not to the military. We've had enough during the First World War and the Second World War. If we're not conscious, we will go to the Third World War, and this will be the end of humanity, the end of the planet. It's our time to be conscious. Now, you must understand why people are, why the matrix is such a way. It's like this. Why the matrix is negative. Why people, these people, we, us, the people, actually we're not the people, we're the market. Why the market must be negative? The market must be negative to feed the first three industries in the world, which are armaments, alcohol and cigarettes, and the big pharma, the industry of medicines and drugs. We must be in a certain way. So we have self-hatred. This self-hatred is causing the hatred to others, to animals. We don't care. So we have no problem going to war and killing people. The second is that we are unconscious. We are intoxicated by alcohol and cigarettes. We go for the easy solution, which is to forget the problems by burying them under the rug. We're just making it worse because these problems will catch up with us. And we're physically and mentally ill. So this is why it's been more than 2 years that Save Soil movement has been launched and reached over 4 billion people in the world, and Morocco still don't talk about it. I never heard Save Soil movement, not even once, in the Moroccan media. I know that the Freemason controls the movie industry, and they're programming us with movies such as Avengers, for example. When Thor became fat and staying at home, this represents the lockdown. It was a preparation for the lockdown, that even a superhero is sitting at home, he's locked down, and he's becoming fat, so that you become that too. And you say to yourself, it's okay. It's not okay. And then Thanos, by doing this and killing half of the population of humanity, that's making us believe that the problem is the number of people. the problem is not the number of people. As Mahatma Gandhi said, in this world there is enough for every man's need, but there isn't enough for every man's greed. The problem is the greedy people who are sitting in the position of leadership and taking decisions for ourselves. The problem is that we have been programmed to have a negative mindset, to have a paradigm, and most people are now under hypnosis of this paradigm. And they look at the world, they see that the world is normal. It's not normal. It's just because they're still asleep. They don't see the truth. Before, there was chains visible, chains of slavery, and now the chains have become invisible. Where are the chains now? Where are the chains of the slaves? The chains are here in the head, in the mind. The chains are in the mindset. By having limiting beliefs, we have been programmed to take life as truth and to live by them. By doing so, we are contributing to create a world that sucks. This is the modern slavery, the 9-to-5 jobs. This is the truth. So now, know that there is a season to sow and there is a season to reap. And right now, we are reaping what they have sown in our minds. A life of misery, a life of hatred, a life absent of the truth, a life of fakeness. Now, let's keep this aside. My call to you is not a call for an external revolution. External revolution is for criminals and stupid people. My call for you is a call of an internal revolution. I want you to rebel against your bad habits. If you're smoking, stop smoking. If you're drinking alcohol, stop drinking alcohol. If you're not exercising, start exercising, start working out. If you're not reading books, business books, personal development books, start reading them. Stop reading the old matrix, the old paradigm, and start building the new paradigm. Start the sowing season, and this time you must be in the steering wheel of your life and not allowing somebody else to choose for you, to lead you. This is your life. Stop allowing to live according to people's agendas, because people, they have plans for you. The devil's people, they have plans for you to destroy you. Now we've talked about the first three industries in the world, which are armaments, weaponry, alcohol and cigarettes, and big pharma, the medicines. This shows that the world is violent, full of hatred, intoxicated, not even aware, and physically and mentally ill. Now, what is the fourth one? It's the internet. The use of the internet. Internet is a magnificent tool. Oh, sorry, Arias. I did a mistake. I crossed the road in the wrong position. Okay, the fourth one is the use of the internet. How we use internet. The most watched thing on the internet is porn websites, and they're free. This is the 3D world, the matrix. Nothing is free in this matrix. At least nothing worthwhile is free. If you see something free here, know that you are the product, because nothing is free. And this Porn websites are not there to give you pleasure. They're there to destroy your life because they're there. They're part of a plan, of the devil's plan for you. The devil has a plan for you. The devil knows you more than you know yourself. And his children, the so-called leaders, the so-called elites of the hidden societies, these people have knowledge. They know us. They have studied us. They understand the human psyche. They understand our psychology. They understand our mindset and our human system, how it functions. So they know you more than you know yourself. We have 7 chakras, 3 instinct chakras, lower chakras. They're like animals. And we have higher chakras, 4 higher chakras, starting from the heart, the throat, the pineal gland, and the crown chakra. These 4 higher chakras are almost dead in people. They're not activated in people. What is activated is the 3 lower chakras, the chakras of animals. This is why you see people thinking this is an insult to a human being, because a human being is not supposed to live by instinct like other animals, to think only about food and sex. And this is the case of the world. This is why the most watched thing on the internet is porn websites. Now you must know something. For your body to produce the sexual cells, they're the most costly in terms of energy for the body. They cost more energy than brain cells, than heart cells. And if you keep wasting your sexual energy by watching porn websites, masturbating, fornicating, etc., you keep losing this energy, taking it away from your body. The body has to replace them, and it wastes, and it causes the body to lose great amounts of energy. This energy could be used, you can use it to fix your organs such as liver, heart, brain, to recover from an injury, etc., to build brain cells. This is why you need to keep your sexual energies inside of your body. Besides, Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, he talks about the transmutational sexual energy. The sexual energy has the power to create a new human being. This is so much powerful. There is so much power packed in these microscopic cells. And if you keep them in your body, they will transmute to create. They're there to create, whether it's a human being or something else. If you don't use them, if you don't waste them, they will transmute to your brain. There are actually some meditation practices that teaches people how to transfer, how to push the sexual energies from the genital parts to the brain through the spine. These are advanced practices. So once they get there, your brain starts being activated. Actually, they activate the pineal gland, the gland which is responsible for our intelligence and perception. Well, right now, the pineal gland is calcified in most people. This is why people don't see what's going on. You must keep your sexual energies, not only the sexual energies, all your energies. Keep them to yourself. You must know that there are people sent by the devil to you to destroy your life too, as hindrance, as hardships, as blockages in your life, to stop you, to take your attention, to take your energy. Stop giving your attention and your energy to the wrong persons and wrong things. Because if you keep doing so, you show to the universe that you're not serious about your goals and your dreams. and you don't want them. You cannot achieve your dreams unless you go 100% in your dream. You must go 100% in it, because you'll have to face the matrix. The matrix is like swimming against the current. If you are a normal swimmer, you cannot swim against the current. You will follow the current because you don't have the muscles. This is just the same thing. For me, if you ask me about success and failure, I would say there is no such thing as successful people and failure people. What there is trained people and there is untrained people. Because what they say, even a talented person, a person born with gifts, can be beaten by somebody who is disciplined. If somebody invested this famous 50,000 hours of practice to become a master, to become excellent, if you invest the time, the necessary time in it, you will be better. So start reprogramming your subconscious mind by yourself and stop feeding the old matrix. Anyway, we'll continue tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for your attention and your time. And I'll see you tomorrow. I love you guys and I'll see you tomorrow. Safe soil. Let's make it happen. Salute.